I thought Ernest was going to DJ for me tonight. He's not here, so that's kind of interesting.
Those potatoes are really good. Good job on that steak.
Liking it?
All right. So here we are with another Friday night celebration. And I am in the house of a friend of mine since childhood. And before, I actually think we were friends when we were sperm. If that means anything. So I don't get to do this very often, so I took advantage of it. And yeah, so I get to introduce old friends, original friends, and new friends at the same time, which is kind of cool.
We were born in the same hospital 9 months apart.
Yep. Over in Atlanta, Georgia, Jeff.
Wow.
Georgia.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hello?
Kind of cool.
That's really cool, man. I talked to this guy
You feel better?
sometime this week, and he was in Georgia, and he was running away from Georgia because of the cold, man. He was a real good guy, and I sent him a text message, and I think he might be on the road, man. I forget where he was going, but he was getting away from the cold, apparently, with the snow and the weather change over there. But he knew about Augusta, man. We had a good conversation, and it was awesome. I can't wait to have another conversation with him, man. So we talked about how Georgia is like it's slow. He was like, man, we don't rush over here. I was like, man, I understand completely.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, man, I feel bad for you over there in California.
Right. They rush everywhere in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you got a chance to do that. That's cool.
So let me let you kick it off. Gonna put you out there, Jeff.
It's all good, man.
Go for it.
Man. Like you said, another Friday night celebration. I don't know how many of these we've done so far, but who's counting, right? The fact that we're staying consistent and just showing up, that's what I'm most excited about. The fact that this environment was created for us to be able to celebrate the challenges, like we say, the peaks and the valleys, man, because without the valleys, you don't get to enjoy and celebrate the peaks when you're there. So every single Friday night celebration is awesome. And usually, there's always good stuff to celebrate and bad stuff to celebrate, or one or the other. And today is no different, I'm excited that we're alive, we're well, made it into 2025. We're attacking our game plan, staying consistent.
I have a lot of problems
And
right before.
I'm celebrating the fact that even though we started off the year a little rough, with my father-in-law being in the hospital right after Christmas, and, just, basically battling for his life, and now he's out of the hospital, he's back at the house, and, he's doing well, heading in the right direction. So I'm celebrating that fact, so just the resiliency that we all have that sometimes we might forget. So I'm celebrating the fact that, sometimes we can learn these lessons from other people if we're aware and just pay attention to what's going on around us. What else am I celebrating? The fact that I'm still alive and well, and I have up until the end of the month, which is not so much of a celebration, but we'll see how that goes. I've been with Stride, like you were just saying, and helping people with their insurance since like 2020. I took a brief break for a couple of months, but my contract is actually coming to an end at the end of this month. So I got that news today and I was like, wow, okay. And I'm like, okay, should I be excited all the way because it's a chance for me to focus on some other things? But then at the same time, I remember what this same situation was like the last time. But we're talking, 2 years, 3 years, difference in thinking and growth. So I'm just like, okay, at the end of the day, I'm not even worried because I know that it's going to work itself out some way, somehow. And the fact that I don't know how it's going to work out is kind of an exciting thing. It's kind of like a road trip. And it's like, where are we going? I don't really know where we're going, but we're in the car and we're on the journey. Let's see where we end up. But I'm so excited that I do have skills, and one of the big things that I keep telling people and keep talking about is just go out and get some skills, go out and get some skills. There's plenty of opportunities. And I'm willing to take risks and challenges. So I'm celebrating the fact that I have that in me. And I'm just excited for what's going to happen afterwards. And the fact that it's a new year and there's some things that I wanted to do. And I feel like this could give me that freedom and time to really focus on those things. And who knows what the outcome is going to be once I put in the consistent effort where I want to. So celebrating that, and then just new things that are coming up in 2025 already that I'm learning about and I'm putting into action. So just growth and development. That's about it.
I'm going to assume you're calling on Jules next. So,
Well, I guess that's the deal. I don't know.
They bring a big.
All right.
On the table.
Mhm.
And pour it
Stuff
on
in
the
my tea as usual. Oh wow. Yeah. Speaking of like weather and traveling and trying to get away from it. So Kansas City area got completely nailed with that winter storm. Right when I was supposed to be leaving. So they had actually I think they had shut down the Kansas City airport completely for one of the days. And the only way you could fly out is if you were flying to the west. So, yeah, it was kind of like it's okay to see the family or whatever, because I don't have any family here, whatever. But which is kind of a good thing. But they drive me insane. But yeah, so ended up there for 2 days longer than needed be, or that was meant to be, or whatever. But I guess just the fact that I think they got a little over a foot of snow, and it was literally negative temperatures. Yeah, I was like, that's why I left. That's not the only reason I left, but it was cool though, because I made my Florida kid go out in the snow with me and sled. So that was, I think, the second time he's done that. But this was the coldest it's ever been. Like, I was in Kansas for almost 30 years and I'd never seen anything like it. It was wild. It was cool. It's like, if I don't have to go function in it, it's fine. But when you're just allowed to take your kid to go sled and just try not to freeze your ass off, that was pretty much it. But yeah, we were there for like a week and a half. And it followed us here to Florida because it was like 30-ish degrees the past couple nights. So, anyways, yeah, I'm just glad nobody died, I guess. And I'm still trying to figure out. I killed a lot of brain cells. I don't have that many anyways, and every time I go there, it's a train wreck. But it was cool. I think it actually was last Friday. Like, got to see my old buddy Brian I haven't seen in over 20 years, and
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. And my buddy Jeff, I've seen the past couple of years that I've been there, but again, he's a super, super long time friend too. So,
Nice.
yeah, that part was cool. My friend Megan that lives there, because well, I mean, you guys already know, but anyways, her son is almost as crazy and wild as Jackson is, and they get along really well. And so it was nice to be able to have a night over there. And, yeah, so it's trying to it was hoping for some warmer air back in Florida, but that, of course, was not hardly the case. The feels like temperature was like 28. But it's like, I don't even know. It kind of takes my January was just like, I feel like it's already wiped out. But anyway, no, just getting stuff set up for next week, and that's going to be positive, and looking forward to that. And we had a meeting with, I'll just say it's an IEP for, Jackson's had issues with his ADD and just finishing in his work in school now for like 3 years or 2 years or whatever. And so we're hoping to be able to put together something that might be a little bit more lucrative for him to excel, because in public schools, it's so just bullshit, because it's like it's not a really an individualized thing. They're just like, well, he'll read and he'll try when he does math, but then he just gets stuck and he'll just stare and not like do anything or whatever. So he's flunking it. Or he's flunking pretty much everything. I mean, except for reading, but which I don't really care. It's stupid, but it's just because the school and the way that they have to have certain levels of reading and passing and I don't know, but I mean, it's just kind of comical to me, because I'm like, you're not looking at the individual child, and he's definitely not, like, for instance, what his actual homeroom teacher has been teaching for like 26 years or whatever, and she's like, I have never witnessed a child like this in 26 years. I was like,
one of a kind.
Welcome to Jackson. I was like, you're he's going to continue to keep it interesting. He's going to continue to regardless if you want to call it interesting or learning or growing or whatever, but there's always another way to do things, right? Like, why do we have to put him in the box? And why does it have to be you have to do these stupid fucking standardized tests which don't mean jack shit? Like, who gives a shit, dude? They're 8. Like, I just laughed. I was just like, and I was half asleep because I had to be up at, before noon. But no, I tried to get myself in bed before 4 a.m., but that didn't work very well. Anyway, so it's just, I mean, I hope he can get help or whatever, but as far as, I mean, when you can't afford to do anything but the public school system, that's just it. And they're put into these categories. And if they don't pass this, then that, and the other, they don't go to the next grade. So anyways, it was just, it's been eye-opening. This, I don't have any experience with it. My only kid. So anyways, it's just, it is what it is. Oh, and I was, this is not this right here. Was a suggested, very hardcore suggested by Eric.
Yeah.
He went to
Don't act
State.
like you don't love it.
Yeah, no. Well, Texas used to be in the Big 12.
Oh, she does.
Right?
She loves Ohio State. She knows she does.
Okay, you can go ahead and tell me all the things that are not true, but I don't give a shit. So, Texas
You know
used
you
to
love
be in the
Ohio
Big 12, and I always
Come
go
on.
to the Big 12. So.
Playing the Ducks.
Okay, put words in my mouth, dude. That's fine. I don't give a shit. I don't, because I don't.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, this is a bigger game than I thought, because everybody's all hyped up, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
I had no idea.
I didn't even know they were playing tonight. I was not paying any attention.
Yeah. So
whatever. I just appease. So I guess, like, just to try to keep the peace or something. That's all I can possibly do.
Right.
All right. Anyways, you can go, Ronnie.
All right. So celebration this week, downfalls. Not many downfalls. There was a good week.
Maybe notice your can of potatoes.
Meat business wise, I hit one of my goals, Jeff.
Nice.
I'm a quarter, maybe halfway to the 2025 goal, which is crazy already, right? Like, I'm like, how does that even
Already
happen?
in January?
That's right.
Yeah.
You have
That's
Like, how do you do that?
a fear.
But because it's on my head, it's on my mind, like January 1, like boom, 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 boom. I just got to do it for the other places. So, and I think that's kind of what sparked my today's live. Like, hey, why does that not happen for us in the other areas? Well, it's basic fundamentals. It's really simple, basic fundamentals of what we're doing. You don't have a written list. Don't matter.
One day this week I gotta do spaghetti.
You know, and I talk to myself about that all the time. I'm like, look, you got to go back to your list. Keep adding to it, keep following up with it, do it over and over and over, and being consistent as hell. And that's where it comes from. So that's my celebration, is the realization of that. And I'm not going to go into details, but I think it's so important, right? So because that's kind of where the culmination of knowing what some of the consumers or customers in the meat business was looking for. I knew exactly what they were wanting. So once I got back to understanding that, had to call them. Oh, you need this? I know where to get it. And made the calls, and here it comes. So
solving a problem, man.
I don't have any music to well, I can't do it from my phone anyways, but we can continue this tomorrow night if you guys want to, and finalize that. Just let me know.
Absolutely.
I'm here hanging out with friends I don't get to hang out with very often, so
enjoy yourself. You know, this is good, man. We didn't break the pattern because of what's going on in everybody's situation, and that's super key and important in life, not just in what we're doing. So again, building these habits through these activities that we've created here on a Zoom call, just showing up. It's a good habit, I would say. It's better to show up than not show up, and build a habit of showing up. When everybody else finds a reason not to show up, they know that Rodney's going to show up, Jules is going to show up, Jeff's going to show up, and you can count on it. You can count on anything,
I don't know.
So yeah, man. Hey, enjoy yourself, Rodney. Tomorrow we'll hang out. Jules, be safe. And
I was reading a book on the airplane. It was intriguing because I've read actually lots of books, but it was like network marketers tell stories or whatever, and it was just like what drives people to do and like what their worldview is or whatever, and like how you try to basically market to not specific worldviews, but it's just things that are like forever changing. And it was just a different, I guess, perspective. Thank you. Yes, of it. So, I'm a little halfway through it, and it's a good read.
What's the name of it?
Network marketer. Well, it's like the title. Hold on, it's right over here. So I think I got it out. No, it's like, okay. All marketers it's all marketers are liars, but then it's crossed out, it says tell stories. So it's just a little paperback deal, and Yeah, I mean, and I was like trying to. I didn't have my highlighter on me. I thought I did, but I didn't. So I was trying to kind of like go through it and mark paragraphs and certain things that sort of stood out to me, but it doesn't mean it would stand out, to everyone else. But
It's not about everybody else. Sometimes you gotta
oh
pick what
no,
makes sense to you, and then share with everybody else what you got, and they can pick what makes sense to them.
right,
But that's one of our things. We got to just grow ourselves, help ourselves, so that we could be of value and be able to help other people. So
right. No, absolutely. Like that's what it's all about, for sure. Oh, and then I left my beat up green circle in Kansas at my mom's house. I was like, dang it! But then I forgot Jackson had a white one that I got. I was like, oh no, I can't.
Jackson used to have a white one.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So it's funny because everyone's used to the green one, which I like, but
Yeah, what are you gonna do, man?
What I mean, exactly. He was like, "Mom, I don't think I like you using my right circle." I was like, "What?"
You don't have a choice, son.
Yeah, I was like, no, because my green one was left in Kansas, so I was like, you have to be nice and share it because I might die if I don't have the insulated
Might
circle.
not make it.
Yeah, my life won't be my quality of life will be extremely diminished if I don't have the one to keep my eyes full. Yeah. So it's just funny. It's sometimes just the little things that you wouldn't think make a difference, but they do. So it just makes me laugh. But
boom, shilaki lucky boom. All right.
Not good for me.
All right,
people.
guys. Till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Why is it
All right.
good for him to
Hey,
drink?
have fun, man. We'll holla. Stay safe.
See ya.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
thank
not.
right on.
We'll do it again.